tribute and homage to Manipur's late eminent writer Arambam Somarendra on his 28th death anniversary. And India's COVID-19 recovered cases exceed active cases by 1,574. Death toll reaches 7,745. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Evening News. I'm Ibethoi Thokchom with the top stories and latest news at this hour. People pay tribute and homage to Manipur's eminent writer, late Arambam Somarendra, on his 28th death anniversary today. Family members, relatives and friends of the author and members of civil society organizations paid floral tributes at his mausoleum in Kurai Nandabam Laikai. Arambam Somarendra Trust and Social Standard Club, Kurai Nandabam Laikai organized a memorial event. Arambam Somarendra was shot dead by some unknown miscreants while attending a seminar on Sumang Lila at Kurai Nandabam Laikai on June 10, 2000. During his lifetime, he strived for equality in society and equal progress of both hills and valley regions of the state. Judge Sahib Ki Imung, the family of Judge Sahib, published in 1973, Karbar Business 1976, Dasha Misfortune 1978, Tirtha Yatra Pilgrimage 1975 and Leipakle, The Flower of the Earth 1993 are some of his best dramas. The late writer also bagged various awards including Manipur State Kala Academy Award for Literature in 1981 for his play Dasha Misfortune.
COVID-19 की restriction मैयाम असी लाइबना अखोगी World Health Organization की guideline की मतुंगिना अदुगी नौ मधु ससरगा मसी हैकल हैकल तंबा कुम्ममगी निंगसिंगबा थौरम मसी पांगथोक सबनी मियाम द पिजेनिंगी ब पाउजेंदी असी आरामम सोमरेंद्र न होनजरंबा इनाट की लैरिबा मैयाम लवु सिंगुबा इशै नोंमाय पुनमक मैयाम असीगी अरुम्बा असी खंजरगा थौरम असी लेप्तना पांगथोरपनी अदुबो कुमसी चही असीदी अदुगुंबा थौरम मैयाम पुनम अदु अमत यावदना मागी मफमदा खुरमजबा गी हैकल लिकट तमजबा मरोय मनाउसिंग ओइबे खोइना मसीगी थौरम मसी इसम समना पांगथोकसबनी.
Patriotic Writers Forum Manipur also observed the 20th death anniversary of Arambam Somarendra at Nungshikol Park in Imphal today. Forum Vice President Sovita Mungjam led people in paying floral tributes to the statue of Arambam Somarendra at Nungshikol Park. Attendees also paid 2-minute silence as a mark of respect to the departed soul. Staff of Kumbong Primary Health Center states are sitting against the recent physical assault on Dr. Thokchom Haraba by suspected Manipur police personnel. The protest demonstration was carried out inside the PHC campus. Speaking on the sidelines, PHCMO in charge Dr. H. Razo said Dr. Haraba is the Ayush medical officer of the PHC and he is also serving as medical officer in charge of 6 quarantine centers opened in Sagalban constituency. He said the PHC staff condemned the attack on a coronavirus frontline warrior. Dr. H. Razo demanded the authorities concerned to take actions against accused police personnel, failing which he warned that medical staff will intensify their agitation. Protesters held placards that read, "We condemn the physical assault on medical officer on COVID-19 duty. Punish the police who attacked a doctor," etc.
माबो तम थीना फुबीरंबजी अखोगी स्टाफ की साइटगी हाइबदी पीएचसी की स्टाफ की साइटगी यामना थीना कंडेम तोगजरी हाइरिब सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल सिंग असिबु सरकार की माइकैदगी मतिक चाबा एक्शन लोखत्पियु हाइना सरकार की पुनिंग चिंचनजरी.
Imphal West Students Club IWSC in a press release also condemns the physical assault on Dr. N. Haraba by suspected police personnel on his way home after duty on June 7 at Uripog. It may be mentioned that Dr. N. Haraba is the Ayush medical officer of Primary Health Center, Kumbong. He is also the medical in charge of 6 quarantine centers opened in Imphal. BJP Manipur Pradesh President S. Tikendra has expressed firm belief that BJP will be victorious in the upcoming Rajya Sabha election. He was responding to Impact News on the sidelines of door-to-door distribution of pamphlets with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's message to the public upon completion of second term of BJP-led central government. As Thokchom said, the recent High Court's order barring 7 dissident Congress MLAs from entering the Manipur Assembly Legislative Complex after the recent disqualification of Thokchom from his MLA post have left 52 seats out of total 60 seats in the State Assembly, but it will not hinder the BJP from winning the election.
Honorable Chief Minister, I am decision in Romatunga. I quickly laser working majority say 60 to 59 59 to give court to up say honor to target 52 to Hunter. Madam the Nepal Loktok Nepal Loktok where they buy Kogi, say my pang and never get laser calculation jam, I show home belate. Amu 59 Higala show home belate, quite my pakani, 52 the Hydra show my pakani, quite my pak will be clear, Maduki the Mokta Quenelle report to tea, openly pressed and opportunity. I quite la long that quite Lanjangได้คุยกับตัวรูปเสียก็คุยช่วยตัวน้องไม่ปักคุยกันแล้วตัวเลยอันสิ่งที่ politics มาจัดเนี่ยบอกก็ opposition ว่ารู้สึกไม่ที่เดียวรู้ก็สู้ไม่ที่เรียนตัวพยายามเนี่ยตอนนี้น่ะลาลุตุ่มเทงเนี่ยไปยกไว้ว่าตัวนี้อันนี้คุยกันที่ว่า I'm certain we will be certainly successful in the election of the Rajya Sabha.
State BJP President Thokchom handed over pamphlets to political analyst Lehauthabam Sarachandra at his residence in Kaisampa today. The party will continue door-to-door pamphlet distribution campaign till June 20 and targets to reach around 1.5 lakh households. Prime Minister Modi in his message thanks citizens of the country and urged them to extend cooperation in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. He also says 20 lakh crore rupees sanctioned under Atma Nirbhar Bharat to make the country self-reliant will benefit farmers and workers.
Chani bar furi thoi phangam ba taki chohum ga jona irak pasimang na people gi it support phangi hai ba se ka dona koi khodi mo na awana tar bu matam se so koi puna mo na khamin na koi puna mo tra nungai hai phone hingmin na ba sidai corona virus ki toru puna mo sing se da ko na survive to ya da bani na madu ma toru me am sing se successfully to ba se ja sing ga loina na koi alu ga loina na koi awana tar ba se ki ngak thok na ba ki tamuk ta piri ba guideline sing se ni thi se na ngak to sanmin na na afaba awana lai thaba si puna mo ki lan thenga si loi tru bhaw mai pak tru bhaw to min na ba ki par ki
Loktak Development Authority accorded a warm welcome to the newly appointed Forest and Environment Minister Awongbo Niumai today. Speaking at the event held at Secure Office Building Complex in North AOC, Minister Awongbo Niumai stressed on the need to preserve and protect the state's iconic Loktak Lake for the future generations. He appealed to stop land encroachment in the lake areas. The Forest Minister assured to extend all possible help to save the freshwater lake. Speaking on the occasion, LDA Chairman L. Susindro urged everyone to play their part to save the rapidly degrading and mud-threatened Loktak Lake. Additional Chief Secretary M. Aiz Khan, LDA Project Director L. Vagaton and many LDA officials took part in the event. Villagers of Lamkang Kuno and Bongjang of Chandal district are unhappy with Chandal DC Krishna Kumar's initiative with regards to Asian Highway widening project. Lamkang Kuno village chief Rentang Lamkang has condemned that lanes were dug out for widening the road without informing the villagers. He said villagers have not received full compensation even after more than 2.5 years for the lands affected by the project. He said the project has affected graveyard of the village and a proposal was sent in this regard to Chandal DC on May 18. He said that the road project resumed amid the pending response to the proposal due to lockdown. The village's chief also claimed that FIRs had been filed against some villagers who appealed for compensation and the DC had even threatened them.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯁꯨꯕꯗ ꯈꯔ ꯉꯥꯡꯂꯨꯕꯗ ꯗꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯇ ꯍꯦꯛ ꯀꯧꯁꯤꯜꯂꯒ ꯅꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯅꯨ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯇꯧꯒꯅꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯌꯦ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯉꯥꯡꯅꯕꯁꯨ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ ꯃꯔꯤꯁꯨ FIR ꯒ꯭ꯔꯤꯜ ꯀꯝꯄꯅꯤ ꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯥꯔꯒ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯃꯦ ꯀꯟꯁꯔꯟ ꯑꯣꯊꯣꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯄꯤꯜ ꯐꯅ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯇꯔꯁꯤ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯣꯖ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯨ loihan biro aduga yum the show lambi si expansion togani heredi hai view toroi heredi togani heredi hayo akhoi sho toroi heredi yum saba kadai da sagani kramai togani hena ku isa khoi gi yum khun si sem na bai tamokta aina si athuba matamda concern authority khoina wat liba lemho riba mi khara ge awat pamayam du suloi tho.
A villager of Bongjang, J. Hakib, urged the government to respond to the villagers' proposal so that the road widening project can resume under an agreement. He said villagers have no objection to the project, but those villagers who are affected by the project should be given proper compensation. J. Hakib said villagers cannot accept the amount fixed as per 2013 survey report for compensation assessment. He urged the authorities concerned to carry out an updated assessment and to pay compensation in sync with modern time.
Sumhaina leibasidi ekhoi pamjade so heraga so habadu amuk sok pikre adu already kaya karam to chumbra chumdabra habadu mayam gi tarap targi ai clearance kolama pamjai asi sport inquiry amuk lakpa tarabisu khun mayam ga authority ga jengmin nasi asi gi problem si karam to gudra habadu asi sport masamak asi ekhoi na leribam bapam sina witness oire habisi ai mayam da mediate through the phungok.
Republican Party of India RPI Manipur State Branch has extended financial assistance to renowned Sumang Lila artist Thiam Chinglen, who is undergoing treatment at Little Clinic in Nagaram. State President of the party T.H. Maheshwar handed over Rs 20,000 to ailing Chinglen's family members today. Speaking to media, Maheshwar appealed to the government and the public to extend help to Chinglen to bring him back on the stage again. Manipur State Sumang Lila Council has appreciated RPI for extending help. Lifetime General Secretary of the Council S. Hemanta also appealed to the public to help Chinglen for his treatment. It may be mentioned that Thiam Chinglen's portrayal of a Brahmin in Sumang Lila Kaisamthong Thoibi had won awards and accolades under Sumang Lila Council.
Huzik akoy Manipur ki artist se phibam yamna luna lay taseng na haragadi akoy any atopa thabak oiro businessman oiro government ki oiro masagi phidam ne oiro lay ba ngatani adubu akoy Manipur ki artist mini yeng madadi yamna nungai na leba man ba mapan thong dadi yamna paisa yamna pai ba akoy gi glamour wall haitare glamour se yam leba akoy gi dress tabu selaga su yam yam nungai ram gani ne moi di lilani cinema gi kambu sidi yamna moi ki akira ga ngawrum mawraga leibinida yamna nungai leba man hek man ba manung dadi taseng na hoba se aduki matik lairabani huzik se duna akoy Manipur ki artist amtang kanbiraga taseng na haragadi hena chakhatpa akoy gi Manipur film industry gi da nataga Manipur sumang lagi lariba akoy gi artist myam sida kitang support bibiraga akoy government gi sani su kitang meeting changani gi luraba tandam sida haitar
suba khudung thiba tarapa matam sida kamai torokanda mabu kallogadagi haidana Manipur gi praja section khudimagna amta karigumba blessing ga loinaba tengwang bibirabadi suksoi soidana magi kalogdana Manipur gi legend se amu hanna halakpa yabagi khudung chabadu myamna bol ga loinana pinabi hoidana.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Ibethoi Group of Companies presents Ibethoi Housing Finance Company Limited, regulated by National Housing Bank, wholly owned by Reserve Bank of India, provides subsidized home loan under PMAY-CLS Housing for All by 2022 mission. Ibethoi Microfin deals with microfinance activities only. Ibethoi Nidhi Limited provides loan against fixed deposit, loan against property, etc. Ibethoi Constructions Private Limited facilities. Booking started for real estate residential projects of flats, villas or row houses, etc. For more details, kindly contact Ibethoi Housing Finance Company Limited and its subsidiary group of companies or report to Rangbam Leitlai Imphal.
LMP Technology Private Limited and Thokchom traditional class taudraba sumapung fana online visual class toba yaraba. Line study materials share toba yaraba amadi comment piduna question and answer analysis tobugi khudong chaba dusu fanganjari. Line assignment piba amadi submit tobasu yahalli. MCQ ki pattern online exam smoothly and effectively pangthokpugi khudong chaba adusu pizari. Asida natana ahen ba future kaya amasu fanganjari. Pambibi School, College, University amadi coaching center singna contact tobirakpa yagani amadi Google gi Play Store dagi download tobiyo.
Bisleri at your doorstep delivery service. Bisleri drinking water with 10-step quality process. Ozonization for purity with contactless production and packaging. For order-related queries, please contact 8787567518 or 690-9357-842. With terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Evening News. India's COVID-19 recovered cases have exceeded active cases by 1,574. The country has reported 9,985 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in last 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, total confirmed cases have reached 2,76,583, out of which 1,33,632 are active cases. 1,35,206 people have recovered, and altogether 7,745 patients have died so far. Maharashtra is on the top with 44,860 active cases. Meanwhile, recovery rate of patients from COVID-19 infected in India have reached 48.88%, and ICMR has tested a total of 1,45,216 samples of coronavirus in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected 73,43,359 people. 4,14,124 people have succumbed to COVID-19 and 36,19,774 people have recovered so far. USA is on top with 20,45,715 confirmed cases and total deaths of 1,14,151 so far. USA reported 166 new cases today. India is at 6th place in the world. "42 more people tested COVID-19 positive in Assam, taking the total state tally to 3,092, out of which 1,097 are recovered cases and 1,987 are active cases. There are 867 confirmed COVID-19 cases in Tripura, out of which 1 has succumbed to COVID-19 and 671 are active cases. Nagaland's confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 128, out of which 10 are recovered cases and 118 are active cases. While Mizoram's total confirmed COVID-19 cases climbed to 93, out of which 1 is a recovered case and 92 are active cases. In Meghalaya, 1 more tested as positive for COVID-19, raising its confirmed cases to 40, out of which 13 are recovered cases and 26 are active cases. 16th meeting of Group of Ministers was held in New Delhi through video conference, in which containment measures of COVID-19 was reviewed. GOM Chairman Dr. Harshvardhan said that India is a much better place than rest of the world, but there was no scope for complacency. The GOM was also appraised about the growing medical infrastructure in the country. It was informed that as of 9 June, the COVID-related health infrastructure was strengthened with the availability of 950 dedicated COVID hospitals with over 1.67 lakh isolation beds, over 21,000 ICU beds and over 73,000 oxygen-supported beds. He said besides 2,313 dedicated COVID health centers, 7,525 COVID care centers are now available to combat COVID-19 in the country. The ventilators available for COVID beds are 21,494. The center has further placed an order of 60,848 ventilators. Studies have shown that people with the coronavirus are more infectious just at a point when they first begin to feel unwell. World Health Organization experts on Tuesday said this feature has made it so hard to control spread of the virus that causes COVID-19 disease, but it can be done through rigorous testing and social distancing. Maria Van Kerkhove, a World Health Organization epidemiologist and technical lead on the pandemic, said preliminary studies from Germany and the United States suggest that people with mild symptoms can be infectious for up to 8 to 9 days, and it can be a lot longer for people who are more severely ill. while some people do not develop symptoms but can still infect others. Dr. Mike Ryan, WHO's top emergencies expert, said that the novel coronavirus lodges in the upper respiratory tract, making it easier to transmit by droplets than rather viruses such as SARS or MERS, which are in the lower tract. Union government has dismissed a WhatsApp viral message claiming to offer relief fund of 7,500 rupees to its citizen. In a tweet, Press Information Bureau termed it as fake. It said the fraud link given is a clickbait. The PIB urged people to be aware of such fraudulent websites and WhatsApp forwards. All Manipur Football Association has donated edible items to Thokchom Martina, who is a part of India camp for FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Thokchom Martina, daughter of Thokchom Sanatomba from Yorbung of Lamlai constituency, participated in various football tournaments in the state as defender of Sector Sporting Club. Amfa acknowledged her talent and represented her in various national football championships and selected her to participate in the India camp for the upcoming FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup to be hosted by All India Football Federation. The national camp, held since March 24 in view of the World Cup, was discontinued due to COVID-19 pandemic. AMFA President, General Secretary and executive members extended relief items to Martina. AMFA President M. Ratan Kumar called upon people to support and encourage sports persons of the state.
Lockdown war matamashida amphana aidamata chana thangna mating pangbiba idamata charbulamon tojindare lakadaiba world cup sida 511 chanaba ngamba oijarke
Manipur gi akhoi angang ni pimchang si kari puning handoi no akhoi mass movement ama sumain lakdana masi unajare anungai angang singju moi mentally moi physically yam wangna lerami moi individual practice sorga thore iba angang ni pimsa mayam se sigi matum ju ilaknaba ai message ama kan honamina si arago tathok tachin tawna si ado amphari matam punumakta ong launa hangaglei any noi pen ba khotaba sanaroi singe thause akhoi amphana taram oga madu development improvement tongno ba khol agani hanas manale.
Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. People pay tributes and homage to Manipur's late eminent writer Arambam Somarendra on his 20th death anniversary. And India's COVID-19 recovered cases exceed active cases by 1,574. Death toll reaches 7,745. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Manu Good. Now, for more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Have a great evening.